To begin, lie on your back, lengthen those legs out. Take a moment to check in. Notice any spots in the body that feel tight, that are holding tension. And then notice the spots in the body that are relaxed. The spots that have a little bit more ease. We're taking a few breaths, just noticing, not changing yet. As you start to settle into your mat, pick 3 things that we'd like to improve today. Maybe it's the tension in the shoulders. Are they elevated off of your mat? Possibly the space under the small of the back. Do those legs feel like they're holding tension at the top of those hips? Maybe we can settle them down today. Maybe it's in our head space. Are we struggling to stay focused today? Could we become more centered by the end of the session? And once you've found your 3 focuses for the day, bend those knees. Allow the soles of the feet to be heavy onto your mat. We'll start inviting some gentle movement into our session. On the inhale, let those legs sway towards the right. Exhaling to return those legs back center. Inhaling, sway towards the left. Exhaling back through center. As you inhale and allow those legs to fall off towards the right, allow gravity to do most of the work. On the exhale, start to drive the hips back towards center, allowing the legs to follow. Inhaling, repeating to the left, those legs sway towards the left. And as we exhale, the hip starts to draw the legs back to center, finding a little bit of gentle abdominal engagement here. 1 more each way. Inhale, those legs sway to the right. Exhaling to pull back through center. Inhaling, sway to the left. We'll exhale back to center. Once those legs are back centered on our mat, inhaling, allow the legs to fall open. They fall apart. Again, allowing gravity to pull those knees open. Exhaling, feel the belly button gather into the small of the back to gently invite those legs to pull back together. Inhaling, let those legs fall apart. And exhale, that belly button drops into the small of the back, pulling those legs back to center. Just 2 more here. Inhale, let those legs open. Exhaling back together. Last one. Inhale, let those legs open. Exhaling to draw back center. And once those knees have returned, we'll start to mobilize that pelvis a little bit more. On the exhale, draw the belly button into the base of the spine, pulling that pelvis into a gentle tuck. Inhaling, allow those hips to tilt back away. Exhaling, close the distance between the small of the back and the mat without lifting the tailbone. We'll let that tailbone stay heavy on the carriage, or heavy on the floor. Inhaling, invite space under the small of the back by tilting the pubic bone down towards our toes. It's like a cat-cow, but on your back. We'll do 2 more. Exhaling to draw into our tuck. And inhaling back away. Last one. Exhale, draw into the tuck. And inhale back away. Good. Allow that pelvis to rest where it feels most comfortable. And now grab your yoga strap. You could also have a band, a towel, anything along those lines will work. We'll hold those arms up and create just gentle pressure out against the band. So we're pressing out enough that you can feel the back of the shoulders start to engage, not so much that you feel it up in the neck. Keeping that tension, inhaling, stretch those arms overhead, taking those thumbs as close to the floor as you can reach without needing to bend the elbows. Inhale, lift, and we'll reach down towards the thighs. Exhaling, as those arms float overhead and back towards the mat behind you, can you keep your ribs heavy on the mat? Inhaling back up and down towards those thighs. Last 2 here. Inhale up and over. Exhale up and down. Last one. Inhale up and over. Exhaling back through. Good. Let's set that yoga strap or towel over to the side for now. We'll come back to it later. Check back in. See how that gentle movement has already started to affect some change into your body. Maybe we notice that the small of the back is a little bit more settled into the mat. Those shoulders might have lost some of their tension. Are the legs finding the mat with a little bit more ease? Can you notice that you're becoming more centered in your body? A little less external distractions? Once you've made note and hopefully started checking things off your list, let's bend those knees. We'll take those feet back flat and grab a hold of your foam roller. Now, any foam roller will work. I prefer a light density foam roller. So if you have a light density foam roller, that's a little bit more friendly on our soft tissue. We'll take that roller behind the legs, lift those hips, and draw the roller underneath the pelvis. Once we have our hips heavy onto the roller, exhaling, find that gentle tuck again. Can you keep your heels in contact with the floor as you melt the ribs down towards the mat? Inhaling, allow those ribs to soften towards the sky. 3 more. Exhaling, pull the ribs down towards the floor. Inhaling to lift. Pay attention to what your shoulders do here. Can they stay soft as we find the tuck? Inhaling back up. And now open those hands. We'll place them out wide onto the roller. On the exhale, draw the right leg into a tabletop. Inhale, take it back to the mat. Exhaling, switch sides. We'll draw that left leg up. Inhale to return. 3 more each way. Last 2. Pay attention that the heel on the floor stays down as you draw the opposing knee in. Can we bring it in past the roller? Draw it back down to switch. You might find some hamstring work on the leg that is down here. That's completely normal. Go ahead and invite that work in. And now let's draw both legs up and in towards a tabletop. And I call this lazy tabletop. We're gonna let those ankles drop towards our seat. So the knees are in above the belly button, ankles are gentle down towards the seat. And now we're going to roll over to that right hip. So as we lift the left hip, we press into the right hip to our roller, keeping both shoulders firmly onto the floor. Draw back through center. And now can we tilt over towards the left hip, letting the right hip leave the roller, both shoulders still heavy on that mat. We'll do one more each way. Twist to the right. To now twist towards the left. And now this time, let's twist towards the right and pause over here to the right side. Staying here on this right hip, can we lower that right leg down towards the roller and then lift it back up? We'll let it drop to pull it back up. Just two more. And now let that right leg lower about halfway. Give me little teeny tiny circles with that bottom leg, that right leg. And once we've hit about 6 circles one direction, can we take it back the other way for 6? And once we hit those 6 circles, draw those legs back to about a fist width apart, and we'll rotate to the left side. Pausing over here on the left side, my right hip is gently off of that roller, weight is down to that left hip, both shoulders anchored. Inhale, lower that left knee, exhaling to draw it back up. Just 2 more like this. And now keep that left leg lowered, little circles with that left leg. Can we reverse directions once we hit our 6? Two more. Go ahead, draw those legs back to center. And once we have our legs back to center, hug your right knee in tight to the chest. Lower the left heel down to the floor. A couple of deep breaths, focus on that quad stretch in the front of that left hip. Keeping that right knee in tight to the chest. Straighten that left leg all the way away. Point the toe, exhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Inhaling, flexing the foot lower down. Exhaling, point the toe to lift back up to the ceiling. We'll try 3 more. Last one here. Good. Hug the left knee to the chest instead. Drop that right foot down to the mat, finding a stretch on the front of the right quad. Keeping that left leg pulled in tight towards the chest. Extend that right leg away long. Point the toe. Exhale, draw the leg up. Inhaling, flexing the foot, draw the leg down. Try to keep the leg straight, no bend in that knee. Focus on that stretch behind that leg. Last 2. And hug both knees into the chest. Allow those thighs to help sink those ribs down into the mat. return those toes to the mat. Lift the hips, slide the roller out from underneath. We'll set it back to the side. Lengthen those legs back away. Let's check back in. Arms are relaxed. Check in with those shoulders, those hips. Does it feel like the small of the back is making better contact with the floor? Maybe those legs are starting to relax down. Hopefully those shoulders are even losing some of their tension. Make a mental check back. Have we checked any of our boxes yet on what we were looking to improve today? And when you're ready, we're going to roll up to a seated position so we can grab that roller. Let's work on our shoulder mobility. So the roller's coming behind the back. As we roll back, our elbows should be able to rest on the back side of the roller. Take those hands behind the head. Keep the hips heavy. They are not going to lift off of your mat. Inhaling, relax the head, neck, and shoulders over the roller. Exhaling, we'll lift our heart, eyes looking towards those thighs. Inhaling back. Exhaling up. 3 more. Last one here. Good. Now find about halfway back and pause. Do you remember Baloo from Jungle Book? We're going to use his back scratching technique here against this roller. So on the inhale, try to slide that right armpit down towards the right pocket of our jeans, sliding your back across that roller. And then we'll side bend the other direction, sliding that left shoulder down towards the left hip. We're moving side to side 4 times. Last one each way. Very good. Once we're back center, rotate to your left side. We'll have that roller underneath the left side with about a fist width between your armpit and the roller. If it's available, that left arm reaches all the way out overhead and the head relaxes down. If you need support today, we'll accept it. Find which variation works best for you. Inhaling, we'll reach that right arm up and overhead. Exhaling to pull down towards your hip. Inhaling, stretch up and over. Exhaling, back down. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Go ahead and reach that right arm straight to the ceiling. On the exhale, drape it forward towards the front of the roller. Inhaling, open the arm, look over the shoulder as we reach back. Exhaling forward. Inhaling back. 3 more. Last 2. Good. And we can roll back to our back. Those elbows again drape just over the back of the roller. Hands come back behind the head. Keeping those hips heavy. Inhaling, reach that head, neck, and shoulders back. Exhaling as we reach back up. Inhaling, lengthen away. Exhaling, close those ribs as we float the heart. 2 more. Inhaling back. Exhaling up. Last one. Perfect. Let's roll to our right side now. Fist width between that armpit and that roller. We'll reach that right arm out overhead. Knees are bent up towards the roller. Inhaling, stretch that left arm up and overhead. Exhaling to bring it down towards your hips. Inhaling overhead. Exhaling back down. Last two. And we'll reach that left arm up towards the ceiling. Inhaling, reach it back. Exhaling to drape it forward. Inhale, open, look back. Exhaling, forward to the floor. Last three. And two. Last one. Good. We'll roll back to our back. Last time on the back. Hands come behind the head. This time, squeeze those elbows in tight. So you're kind of exposing that spine down towards the roller. Float those hips. We'll roll back until we reach the bottom of the rib cage, never below the ribs. And then bring it back through so we can roll all the way to the tip top of those shoulders, but not onto the neck. Let's try 4 more. Last 3. Last one here. Good. We can return to the mat. Set that roller to the side. Let's check back in. Lengthen those legs out. Relax those arms. Now we should really be making an improvement. Hopefully the small of the back is still nice and relaxed onto the mat. Those shoulders should have lost some of their tension. Are those legs relaxing into the floor? Have we let go of a little of the stress we walked into this session with today? Let's bend our knees. We're in the home stretch. Cross that right ankle over the left knee. Inhaling, keeping the ankle over the knee, let those legs sway to the right. Exhaling through center, inhale, sway to the left. Exhaling back through center, we'll do 2 more each way. Inhale to the right. Exhaling up. Inhale towards the left. Exhaling up. Last one each way, over to the right. And this time when we go over to the left side, grab your right foot with the left hand, anchor those legs over on the left side, and then open that right arm, look over the right shoulder. We're taking some deep breaths as we try to melt into the stretch. See if you can keep that right heel of the foot planted firmly to the floor. The longer and deeper that breath pattern becomes, the more you should be able to relax into the stretch. Release that tension from those hips. One more deep breath. And on the exhale, pull those legs back through center. Inhale, let them tilt off to the right. So that right knee now is straight down towards the floor. And we'll turn to look over the left shoulder. Draw those legs back to center. We'll plant that right foot back to the mat. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Inhaling, we'll start by drifting over towards the left side. Exhaling, pull those legs back through center. Inhaling, tilt towards the right. Can we tap that left foot to the floor? Inhaling back up. Exhaling back up. Inhaling over to the left. One more each way. Inhaling, drift towards the right. Exhaling, center. Now this time, as we take those legs over to the right side, the right hand grabs a hold of the top of that left foot, and we'll reach it over, planting that left heel to the floor on the right side. Turn the head, look over the left shoulder. Focusing on long exhales here. Let's draw those legs back through center. And now let them drift off towards the left side, taking that left knee to the mat. We'll turn the head to look over that right shoulder. Let's bring those legs back to center. Let that left foot drop back to the mat. We'll check in one last time. Let's take 2 deep breaths. Once again, noticing what parts of your body are relaxing into the mat. Acknowledging that there might be some left for another day. And congratulating ourselves on the improvements that we have made today. When you are ready, roll to your favorite side. We'll come up seated. And you have made it through your full body reset today. I look forward to sharing the studio with you again soon.